Recording.
Another insane bitch.
Yes, that's what I'm covering. Welcome back.
Oddities. Stay strange.
And there's our brand spanking new intro. Thanks, Chef. Big thank you to Kyle Head Music. Check him out. We've got his information linked in the description. All the social media associated to it's very consistent. So way to go, Kyle. It's at Kyle Head Music. So
I just have to say, and I know Kyle's listening to it. When I'm editing, I listen to it like 5 times.
It's a fucking bop.
I have to. Like, it's so good.
It's so good. It tickles a special part of my brain.
Yep.
And I'm like,
The serotonin levels just whoop.
Let's take a little hike there. We love it. And so well done. Snaps for Kyle. Yes, they picked up. Welcome back to Oddities. I'm Cassie.
I'm Kelly.
And welcome back to Strangetown. Hey! And as per usual, we have our shit in the description. What were you going to say?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay. Cool. I thought you were going to say something. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to cut you off there. Our social media is in the description. Follow along. It's a lot of fun ski. We also have a Patreon. If you'd like to donate to our show, you get a bonus episode every week and access to all the other bonus episodes. And if you join a high enough tier, you get a nice little giveaway, too. A little je ne sais quoi. And we also have a merchandise. If you'd like to, we run sales on there like all the time. So we'll try to be better about announcing it on social media. I've been meaning to do that, and I always forget. So I'm sorry. And but anyway, shop us, y'all. How's my birthday?
I'm good. Still in pain, but good, because we're double recording.
She's still in pain. It's not lasted an additional week, at least we hope not. But it's just a back-to-back ski.
Here we are. I don't have much saved, because I'm in pain. But I do have this gem of Cassie's text of the week.
Oh, good.
So I surprised Cassie this week. There's like this little trend going on TikTok. And it's
yes.
how you view your person or your best friend or your spouse or
whoever.
Yeah, whoever. And you pick an animal, a place, a plant, a character, a season, a hobby, a color, a crystal, and a food, right? And you put it in this little grid thing. And right, so I surprised Cassie with one, and I think it raised your serotonin levels greatly.
It did. I felt so seen. It was wonderful.
And so then Cassie sent me mine for how she views me. And first off,
it too raised your serotonin
It
levels.
really did. So first and foremost, it was perfect in every way, shape, or form. But
nailed it.
I'm just going to touch base on the thing that excited me the most. So she sends it to me.
Yes.
And she should behold. And my response is, shut up, Aaron fucking Brockovich. That is how she views me.
Right.
That was my character. I'm dead. And she responds with, you better believe it, bitch. The highest of compliments. I said, in the best way possible, I'm dead. And she did like a little sparkly characters, deceased.
That's right.
And so then I had to quote the movie. That's all you got, lady. 2 wrong feet and fucking ugly shoes.
Schooled. I love Erin Brockovich.
I love her. And Cassie responds with, and she is smart and dedicated and won't accept no. I said exactly. So Cassie literally nailed it. The other ones is a mama bear, the redwoods forest, sunflowers, of course Erin Brockovich, the winter, antiquing, thrifting, a very deep plum purple for my color, amethyst, and a kitchen sink cookie, which I didn't realize at the time, but I guess is very good. I've never had one, but I will accept it.
They're the fucking bomb. It's like a chocolate chip cookie on steroids. There's pretzel bits. Sometimes there's like a little bit of caramel in there. Some like sea salt. Bitch, it's good.
I believe it.
It
So,
is
if you're
it is
viewing me
salty
as that,
and sweet.
I believe it. Oh, salty and sweet. There it is.
Yes. There it is. And if that ain't us, no. But it's simply one of my favorite cookies, as you are one of my favorite people.
No, there you go. So, yeah, that was my favorite Cassie text of the week.
It made me so happy to have. I was so flattered. So wait, I got to tell people what all my shit was that you did for me. I got to pull it up because everything off the top of my head, I'm going to forget something. I know it. So it was a corgi, of course, as it should be.
Oh.
It was Iceland and lavender, I think is what that flower is. Yes. Christina Yang, which we love it. That was a great compliment, too. That was my first reaction, too. I'm Yang?
Yeah.
I love that for me. Yeah. I am the autumn.
Your early
now,
fall.
for the hobby,
That's
I'm early fall. I love that. For the hobby, I took it as like traveling.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, great. It's a little. She got a picture of a little map with a tiny little car on it. It's very cute. My color is it's like an aqua teal.
It's Tiffany blue.
Sort of thing. Oh, Tiffany blue.
Specifically
beautiful.
Tiffany blue.
I love Tiffany blue. So well done. The crystal what is it? Lace agate you called it?
Yep.
Which I love. So pretty. And then it's Italian food, of course.
Specifically, I Googled Italian feast.
And you know what? It looks like an Italian feast. The picture lived up to that search. Well done, and thank you for that. It made my whole week receiving that from you.
And actually,
Corey's going to be making one for me.
So the funny thing was, I texted Cassie and I'm like, I have a surprise for you. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit, she's going to check her front door. The panic set in of me thinking, fuck, she's running to her front door right now and I'm not there.
Surprise, bitch. No,
this is
that
such
wasn't
a
my first
letdown.
thought. I was waiting for you to like expand on it because I was like, maybe I need to go check the mailbox. Yes. Well, that's awesome. Trying to think. Oh, from my side, yes, the thing that I saved.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to share that a friend of mine has invited me to come speak to several of her high school classes about my career in biotech. Yes. So I've always wanted to do something like this. So I'm going to go speak to some youths about my career path. And I've got a fun little presentation put together. I've got a little challenge for them put together. I have some giveaways. So, I'm just going to roll up like, hello, fellow high school students. Here I am. So I'm excited for it. I've always wanted to do it. So thanks. She's probably listening to this. She listens to us regularly. So
thank you for
thanks
listening.
for making a dream come true. Yes. So I'll let you all know how it goes. Hopefully I hold attention. I will be on the lookout. And if anybody falls asleep, I'm going to have to throw my shoe at them.
You know what you should do? You should bring candy for those who are avidly listening to you.
I should.
Like Tootsie Rolls and just toss them at them.
Yeah, like, hey, I have your attention. Here's some candy.
Yeah.
Okay, I could do that. I could totally do that.
Rewards for the good students. Pew, pew.
Big time. So the whole goal of this is basically, and I have to applaud her for this because this is something that I wish my teachers had done back in high school. Her whole goal is, so it's biology classes, and her goal is to show them, if you wanted to pursue biology or any of the other sciences as a degree, you don't just have to go to medical school.
Yeah.
You don't just have to work in a lab. You don't have to, there are other careers out there aside from those standard things that society likes to feed us all the time.
Exactly.
So, and my career path has been a hell of a ride, so excited to talk about it. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. Not that I like to be like, me, but it's just a fun.
I'm really excited for you. When you told me about this week, I'm stoked. I remember.
Thank you.
When I was training for phlebotomy and lab tech, I was approached by one of my former middle school teachers who was in charge of career field in middle school. Mm-hmm. She wanted me to come talk to the middle schoolers and such, and expand on what I was doing and everything like that to, bring awareness and whatnot. It was the best. It was so exciting.
I can't wait.
Loving it.
Yeah, love it. She also invited me to be a judge for a science fair coming up, so that's pretty cool.
Dreams do come true.
Yeah, still waiting to see if details are going to pan out.
Yeah,
Not sure
okay.
yet, but
that would be so exciting.
it could be really cool. So, and if not, then if it doesn't work out, then maybe in the future.
I'd be all over that. Oh my
So,
god.
yeah. So that's all really cool stuff. So anyway, hopefully it goes well. I'm like a little nervous, but I'll let y'all know next time we record. So, should we jump into it? Should we get this party
Yes.
started?
Let's go.
Is yours heavy at all? Mine's not really.
It's a little bit heavy. It ends a little heavy.
Okay. Do you wanna go first again then?
Sure, because it's a little sad. So like,
Do we need like a disclaimer, or is it
Yeah.
just like, aw?
I'm gonna do a small disclaimer because it does involve a smidget of death. But it is a legend myth in Honduras. Yes, Honduras.
A legend myth.
Yes,
A legend, if you will.
I'm talking about La Susa.
Ooh, Olay. Let's hear it.
La Susa is a beautiful girl who lived with her parents and did as she was told. She was hardworking. She did everything for her family. She
Aw.
followed the rules. She was 15. And a hardworking young man from a respectable family fell in love with her.
Oh, saucy.
He quickly decided to go to her family and ask for her hand in marriage. They
Oh,
immediately
okay.
said yes, believing that this was the best path for everyone, and they set out a date for the wedding.
Ooh, fun. Festivities. A little young.
Unfortunately, things got complicated.
Oh, no.
The day of the
You know what? Isn't that just the thing with weddings?
Yes.
I just need to take
Weddings
a second
get
here.
complicated.
If that's not
Nothing
fucking
goes
weddings, I don't know
smooth
what the
with
fuck
weddings.
is. No, there's always some shit.
Yep.
All right, carry on. I just had to throw that in.
The day of the wedding.
Shit.
Not before the wedding. Not
We're
things
here.
leading up to the wedding. The day of the wedding. It was revealed that La Susa hadn't been baptized.
Oh no. And I guess that was like a major thing.
Due to this, ultimately, the girl couldn't get married and fell into a great depression.
Oh my God.
Upon seeing her in this state, her fiancé quickly forgot about her. Asshole.
Oh, well, dodge the bullet on that one, girl. That guy's a fucking piece of shit. Bye. See you. What the hell? He's like not baptized? Susa who?
Yeah.
What an ass.
This ended up driving her nearly insane, compelling her to wear her
my God.
bridal dress everywhere she went.
Same.
She was a lady
Listen,
in
if-
white.
Here she is. We love a woman in white. And you know what else? You know what? A lot of hard work probably went into that fucking dress, so she should wear it.
Yep.
Fuck him.
She found out that her former fiancé was about to be wed to another while she was out in the river washing her clothes.
Oh no.
Her discovery that her former husband was about to be married was the final nail in the coffin for her sanity. It is said that
Same.
in that moment, her pain and anguish caused her to lose possession of her sanity, and she began to run and run, screaming from the pain she felt. She came across a steep cliff and jumped off of it.
Oh Jesus.
Her death was instantaneous. It has been said that since then her spirit has searched for the man she loved.
To kill him?
It is believed that she appears in rivers and streams dressed in white.
Oh, dramatic. We love it. The move.
Especially to rogue men and drunk men. To attract men,
Sure.
she appears as a beautiful woman or in the form of a woman loved by the men she haunts. When they get
Oh
close,
my God, yes.
she will transform into a terrifying spirit. Her appearance is allegedly enough to drive people insane.
You know what? I love this bitch.
That
I
is-
don't love that she put enough like value on this clown that she did this to herself, but we love a revenge moment, so
And that is La Susa.
big fan.
Driving men
Love her.
insane.
You know what? Play stupid games. That's all.
She is a scary bitch in white, and I love her.
I love her.
All because she wasn't baptized. Really? Was that not an easily solved problem?
Well, it's like, couldn't she have just like gone out, like find, like there was a priest there for the wedding, like just like
Yeah,
take her
was that
outside,
not
dip
an
her head
easy...
in the water, and call it.
Let's go down to the river and get this problem solved. Does it not take
And
2
meanwhile,
minutes?
her dickhead fiance is like, oh well, and then just moves on like a piece of
She's
shit
depressed.
that he is.
Never mind. Red flags.
Can't have
apparently.
that. Sorry, can't touch that. What a fucking douchebag. Did she get his ass? I hope she did.
I hope.
I'm gonna operate under the notion she did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh my god, I love her. Fangirling. You know what? Now I have like my collection of women in white that I just adore.
Yeah.
La Llorona, La Susa. Banshees wear white a lot. There was another one that I love, and she's slipping my mind right now, but I just adore it.
What was she the
You know
mannequin
who I'm talking
woman?
about, right? Oh, was it the mannequin woman? I don't know, but anyway, I have a special place in my heart for these ladies in white having constant meltdowns and attacking
Oh, Mary.
people. Resurrection Mary.
Resurrection Mary.
Yes, that's the one. She's just like out trying to have a good time, and
She's
then
having
she's
a
like,
good
"Okay,
time.
take me to the
Bye."
cemetery. Bye." Yeah. Oh yeah. God. Damn. When I die,
You're gonna be in white.
I'm gonna come back. You fucking better believe that's what I'm coming. I'm just all the time. I'm gonna be like a spooky bitch. You know.
You should come back in your wedding dress. That dress was bitchin'.
Thank you. That dress was bitchin'. I love that dress.
You
I
looked
think I will
awesome
come
in it.
back in it. We paid for that dress.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs to be worn again. So
Just
there
saying.
you have it. Love that topic. Where did you find this bitch?
I've had her on one of my list from last year for a long time now, and just
Lovely.
other things kept popping up, and I wanted to cover them. So, yeah,
And she just like came about on the internet. You're like, and I'm gonna.
yeah, that was
I need
Google
this.
searches. Yep,
God bless.
we love a crazy bitch. Just saying.
We do. You know what? I stand by her. You go, girl. Whatever. That guy wronged you. What a douche. I don't stand by the fact that she flung herself off of a cliff because of him, but that's okay.
We stand by you haunting some drunk assholes, though.
Do what you need to do, girl. Yeah. I guess they kind of go hand in hand. I have a spookalabookala location that is known to be haunted.
Haunted.
So this is from listener Sydney, and I say that because that's what Taylor Swift did when she was in Sydney on her 1989 tour. So this is from listener Sydney. I'm covering the Drovers Inn. Thank you, listener Sydney.
Thank you, listener Sydney.
So the Drovers Inn, this is Trey interesting. It's rumored to be one of the most haunted hotels in Britain. I know, spookala and bookala. So
Spooky booky.
it starts with a couple of characters named Boswell and Dr. Johnson, which is funny to me because Johnson is a term
Yeah.
for a wiener.
Well, I was thinking of Johnson and Johnson, but okay.
Okay, but that too.
Yeah.
So it's been several hundred years since the Drovers Inn was built, and they've had thousands of visitors. But legend has it that two infamous Scottish characters enjoyed some of the inn's unbeatable hospitality. And so we're going to get into them a little bit. Samuel Johnson was well renowned for his distaste of Scotland, with a lot of famous disparaging quotes attributable to him. One of them being, quote, "The noblest prospect which a Scotchman ever sees is the high road that leads him to England." Another one is, quote, "Knowledge was divided among the Scots like bread in a besieged town, to every man a mouthful, to no man a bellyful." He was arguably, however, the first, cultural tourist to visit Loch Lomond in 1773, accompanied by his biographer, James Boswell. So, Johnson remained unimpressed by the weather. He said about it, quote, had Loch Lomond been in a happier climate, it would have been the boast of wealth and vanity, but there is only uncultivated ruggedness. He was born in, what a hoot. He was born in 1671 at Loch Katrine, the third son of a lieutenant colonel, excuse me. And he inherited long arms and great strength, gave him abilities with a broadsword like that had made him known to many. He fought at Killiecrankie for Viscount Dundee in 1689 before joining the Lennox Watch. Anyway, then like the name becomes outlawed in 1694. So then he like uses the mother's name, Campbell. And then there were like acquisitions of land and cattle, brought him to prosperity until 1711. He persuaded a group led by the Duke of Montrose to advance him £1,000. Yes, that's the symbol for pounds. I just wanted to make sure. For investing in herding. And then Chief Drover made off with the letters of credit, leaving McGregor to face a charge of embezzlement, and he did not answer to the charge or ensuing arrest warrant and was declared an outlaw. So this guy moves to the Trossachs lands of the Earl of Breadalbane, who was no friend of Montrose, and from there, like, rustled cattle from Montrose's, like, lowland estates. In the Rising of 1715, he musters the clan Gregor to fight for the Jacobites, and he led his men in successful raids around Loch Lomond and Callander, and despite his inactivity during the Battle of Sheriff Muir, he was charged with high treason, and from 1716 he lived at Glen Shira on the Duke of Argyll's land. He was twice captured and twice dramatically escaped with style that added to his fame. Now, this is just kind of stuff that like this is kind of contributing to like the history of the Drovers Inn. Like this is stuff that happened like all along the area and like on the estate and everything that it sits on. So in 1725, following his decision to turn himself into General Wade, he receives a pardon from the king, and after 13 years was no longer considered an outlaw. So you had these two characters of Boswell and Dr. Johnson who came, and they were like the first like visitors to the area. Then you had this guy McGregor who did like these risings and like outlawry and stuff in the area. Then you have this guy Rob Roy, and his grave is located like really close by to the inn, and it's a very popular tourist attraction. And so the inscription on the gravestone states McGregor despite them, and notes that the grave is also the last resting place of his wife, Helen Mary, and sons Cole and Robert. So there are 3 plaques, and they read, Helen Mary, widow of Rob Roy, date of death unknown. Robert McGregor, also known as Rob Roy, died 28th of December, 1734, aged about 70.
About.
And then Cole died 1735. Robert died 1754, sons of Rob Roy. So Rob Roy is, in fact, McGregor. They're one and the same. He changed his name after the outlawry was raised and everything. So anyway, a little background. Cattle played a very important part in the Highland economy. A chieftain's wealth was measured by the number of his cattle. So rent to a feudal superior was paid in cattle. And they were like an important food source too, as well as like their meat. And the cattle could be bled without killing them, and the blood would be mixed with oatmeal to make an early version of what is now known as black pudding. Cattle were a major export from Scotland. At least 30,000 head of cattle passed over the border each year. Part of the economy was also based on the sale of the cattle in the lowlands. This meant that huge numbers of cattle had to be moved each autumn to places like Crieff. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's Crieff. But it held an annual market. So cattle droving was like a very valued skill throughout the Highlands. As well as having a business sense, drovers had to know the terrain and weather in order to judge how fast to move the animals. If they were too slow, they would miss the market. In contrast, if they were too fast, the cattle would lose weight and they would fetch like a poor price. So in addition, cattle were regularly stolen from their owners by any number of clans that were in the area. And when it came to theft, the Highland Code of Morality excluded cattle and regarded them as communal property in much the same way as Native Americans regarded like buffalo. At least that's my understanding. So then, since cattle were at risk from marauders, protection could be provided, but at a price. So the word, quote, blackmail originated in these times. The Scots word male, meaning rent, joined to black, referring to a tribute paid to ensure protection of the cattle, who were black and smaller than today's brown Highland cattle. And the business had official sanction from the government of the day. So the McGregors, along with these other clans, formed properly organized, quote, watches, and no Highlander would have a problem in stealing cattle when they were able, whilst protecting the property of others. So, where does all of this really play into Drovers Inn? All of that is to say, so the name Drovers stems from those who, did this whole shit with the cattle and shit. So that's where Drovers Inn comes from.
Okay.
Now, in the late 18th century, the winter of 1792, the year later became known as, quote, the year of the sheep. So there was a young crofting family who were forcibly removed from where they lived. Their landlords were like, okay, this land could turn more of a profit if it was used for sheep farming, so you all have to go. So, rude. With nowhere to live, and little money basically, or means to support their young child, the family had no option other than to head south in the hope of creating a new life for themselves in the Scottish lowlands, or maybe even to emigrate to one of the new worlds. So, on their long journey south in the winter months, one night, they got caught in a heavy snowstorm. They've been trying to reach shelter and safety at none other than the Drovers Inn. However, with the visibility very poor and the family being exhausted from their journey, they took a wrong path somewhere on the way, and their journey ends tragically, and the whole family froze to death while wandering around looking for the inn.
Wow.
Desperately trying to get back on track that leads to the Drovers Inn. Over the years, there have been many accounts of people witnessing the young family wandering the land in the winter months, trying to find shelter. On more than one occasion, they've appeared to have arrived at their destination that fateful night. So one account goes that a couple who were staying at the Drovers Inn, in room 2, woke during the night with a cold shiver. They were freezing.
Yeah.
Only to find that the young family were standing shivering at the foot of their bed, their breath visible in the air, now freezing. The young boy waves to the couple as if he was happy to have finally found whatever it was that they were looking for. So that's one. Spooky. If I woke up to that family at the foot of my bed, I'd fucking lose my mind.
Yeah, I could do one figure, a family of figures. Nope.
Absolutely not. And then you can see their breath because the room's
Nope.
so damn cold.
Nope.
Just no. Now, room 6 also is known to have some activity. So that was room 2. Room 6. So this is a direct report from a patron who stayed in more recent times. So it goes, quote, on the night of Friday, the 21st of October, my girlfriend and I made a stop off at the Drovers on our way up to the Isle of Mule. Maybe it's Mull. I don't know. I have stayed at the Drovers many times, but it was a first for my girlfriend. She loved the place, by the way. We stayed in room 6. After having a bite to eat in the bar, we retired to our room for the night. At some stage in the middle of the night, my girlfriend woke me up and asked if I could see the flickering lights moving around the room. Automatically, no. Still half asleep, I told her she must be looking at the flashing light on the smoke detector. She asked me to look again, which I did. To my surprise, there were numerous tiny white points of light dancing around in midair. At one time, I would estimate that we could see between 10 and 20 of the lights. Although very small, the white lights were very intense. They seemed to move randomly, appearing, then disappearing. The room was pitch black with no other light source, which could have been reflecting to cause what we saw. We both watched the lights for a long time, unable to explain what was causing them, and the best I could come up with was that they were some type of tiny firefly. This was discounted when I later asked the hotel staff if such creatures inhabited the area. The answer to this question was no! Exclamation point, exclamation point. A week and a half on, we still cannot give a rational explanation for what we witnessed. Currently, the only explanation that we have is that we witnessed a number of, quote, orbs, often seen in photographs and believed to be some kind of spiritual manifestation, as we know. I can't wait to return to 6. I'll bring a decent video camera next time. So that's room 6. Then there's a spooky kid. So another account is that a woman stayed at the Drovers Inn one Thursday night with her daughter and friends for a birthday treat for her kid. And a few days later, she emails the staff wondering if they could tell her who the little girl in the pink dress was in the photograph they'd taken on the stairs. Hard pass. She said she was not with their party, and they didn't recall seeing any children in the hotel that night. Her daughter, who took the photograph, swears the little girl was not there when she took the photo of took the photo of everybody on the staircase with her mobile phone. They were totally spooked out by the photograph, but felt sure we'd be able to give them an explanation, or they'd be able to give them an explanation, rather. Unfortunately not, though, as there were no children staying at the hotel that evening, nor any children visiting. Spooky.
Yeah.
Another one is the ancient cattle drovers. This ties back to all that history that I gave at the beginning of this. So, several hundred years ago, when cattle drovers regularly stopped off at the inn on their way south to the cattle markets, a particularly young drover called Angus was resting his cattle for the night. So, he had had a long and tiresome trek from the highlands, so he was glad for some rest, and he enjoys the hospitality offered to him. It could be said that he overindulged because the following day he woke later than planned, only to find that, rival clan members, upon seeing the night before young Angus sampling the many ales and malts on offer, they made off with his cattle in the middle of the night. So, poor Angus. So, with no cattle or a bag of crowns and shillings in their place, Angus had no option but to go back to the Highland chieftain that he was delivering the cattle for and explain his loss. The Highland chieftain was known to be ruthless and unforgiving, and on hearing this news, made a point of slaughtering poor Angus's family and his young sweetheart. Savage. Then he banished Angus from the clan in dishonor. So with nowhere to go, Angus roams the Highlands for months, planning on how he could exact his revenge on the rival clan members that had stolen his cattle on the fateful night. Eventually, his rage led Angus back to the drovers, where the original crime had taken place. So, on seeing members from the rival clan there, he hides in waiting. He's like, I'm just waiting for my moment, right? However, a member of the rival clan spots him earlier and had forewarned his fellow thieves of Angus's hiding place. So, in the cold of the night, they soon set out to find, Angus, and they murder him in the cold. They hang him from an old tree behind the inn and bleed him like the cattle they had stolen before. Over the years, many people who are staying at the drovers have reported seeing and hearing Angus wandering the drovers late at night, screaming in pain, searching for thieves to have his revenge.
Oh my gosh.
Poor Angus.
That's sad.
Here's another, I know, right? Then there's also another firsthand account. So one Friday night, somebody stops off with their girlfriend again at the drovers. They stayed in room 115. They, similar to the other account, they have a bite to eat, whatever, they retire up to the room. They had, I guess, put some of their belongings around the room like you do. So they had, one of the things is that they had put their digital camera next to the bed.
Yeah.
It was just sitting there on a nightstand or whatever. So the following morning, they're packing up to get on their way. And they noticed that their digital camera had been moved slightly from where it was sitting next to the bed. And then they inspect the camera, and they find that there had been a number of photographs taken throughout the night. So looking through the photographs, they all appear to be pictures of the couple sleeping.
Oh, no.
Soundly.
No.
Hard pass.
Hell no.
But on top of them sleeping, when they looked at the pictures, there also appeared to be this eerie light sort of emanating from above the four-poster bed that they were sleeping on. Confused by this discovery, they at first thought it could have been the work of one of their, I guess they had some traveling companions with them. I don't know if they had met them at the inn or, whatever, but they thought maybe they were trying to play, a prank on the couple for going to bed early the night before. However, the explanation was discarded when they realized that their room door was still locked from the inside, as they had left it from the previous night. And on checking out of the inn later on, the staff at reception confirmed that there hadn't been any staff that could have had access to the room either. And so with the couple's friends denying any knowledge of the incident too, it remains a mystery to this day who or what took those pictures.
No.
I know. And I have one more for us. So there was also the girl who drowned. So in the early century, There was a young girl who stayed nearby to where the inn is. Um, she had been playing with her beloved doll, um, Annabelle, of course, of course, in the normally shallow and placid waters of the river Folic, which runs just behind the inn. So, on this fateful day earlier, there had been like a lot of rainfall, so the river had swelled and had stronger undercurrents.
Okay.
The doll uh, fell into the river. The girl goes after it and gets swept away. And by the time anybody noticed that she was gone, she had perished in the cold waters. A search party was made up of her family, local farmers, cattle drovers. Eventually, they find her just downstream, but it was too late. So they carry her lifeless body to the Drovers Inn, and they laid her on the bed of room 6. There she stayed with her family, or there she stayed while her family grieved, and they prepared like a burial ground nearby. There's like a graveyard very close to it. And it is said that in the years that have passed since the tragic occurrence, many guests have slept in the room, and this is room 6 again, and have been woken through the night feeling a small, icy cold,
Nope.
wet body next to them in bed.
No.
And there have also been sightings of the doll and a little girl searching for the doll, and the two have never been, reunited, and that's the drowned girl. So what you have is a big history of people coming to the area. So you have Boswell and Johnson hating the area. Then prior to that, you have all these clans like McGregor and like the whole cattle herding thing, embezzlement, like stealing other people's. Then you have McGregor's grave right nearby. And on top of it, then you have like all these individual stories from right around or right within the inn. And it's just like all compounding to like this very spooky environment. I mean, Scotland is old, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so much history there.
My question here is, when are we going to Scotland and staying in room 6? I know I said I know
We
a
have
lot,
to.
but like,
Can we also bring a digital camera?
yeah,
and
we
so
need to bring.
We'll take pictures of us sleeping.
We need to bring a digital camera, but also if a cold, wet body ends up next to me, I might throw hands.
I will definitely throw hands with you. We're just gonna end up like slapping each other in the middle of the night. But whatever.
It's
so
fine.
Be it. I feel I want to see some of the cattle herders like out and about too, like outside. Like I want to see some like McGregor. Like I want to see all that shit too. So like we gotta go.
We gotta go.
We both hate flying. It's a long flight.
Oh, but it's Scotland. It's worth it.
Worth it. It's even longer for you.
I'll just fly
I'm
to you.
pretty sure
I'll just have to fly to you, spend a week there, and then we'll go.
And then we'll go.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
I have to break it up.
So, yeah, right. We can't do it all at once. So big thank you to Sydney. This was a lot of fun to research. I felt it was necessary to give kind of some of that like cattle background and stuff too, with McGregor and everything. And then there's just all these crazy rooms. It seems like rooms 2 and 6 in particular. But if we're gonna do it, I want to go for room 6 because that's got the most shit going on.
6.
It's got to be 6. I also want some of the pub food. Like, sign me up.
Oh, all over that. All over
that shit's going to be good. Yeah. So, that's Scotland. Thank you, Sydney. This was a fun one. I want to know, though. So, like, I want to know if... I can't recall in their email if Sydney had mentioned if she stayed at the inn before. I can't recall. So, let us know. If you have you seen any spooky shit?
Yeah.
Because we could totally share it on like a listener's episode, but I don't know. The one that really got to me was the digital camera one.
Yeah, that's
freaky.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, not cool. So that's what we've got. This was a fun one.
This was another fun episode.
This was a fun one. It was very spookalabookala. So watch out for Ladies in White.
By
that
Rivers.
trend continues. And if you stay at the Drovers Inn, just be prepared.
Just watch
You're not
out.
going to be sleeping alone. Yeah. And just watch out, period. And until next time.
Stay strange.